Hello my friends, welcome to our channel. I am Doran and this is Not Easily Broken. On our channel we help couples improve communication, restore trust and intimacy, and build a kind of marriage that is not easily broken. Now in this video I will discuss 5 communication mistakes couples make in their marriage and how to avoid them. Yes, you guys are messing up big time in this area and I want to help you to fix this. Now, communication is one of the most important aspects of a successful marriage. You're going to hear us talk about this a lot because this is the key foundation of our channel. Communication, trust, and intimacy. We focus a lot on these things and we build it around the biblical principles of love and marriage, right? So you're going to hear this a lot around here. And the faster you believe this and start improving in this area is the faster your relationship will improve. The faster you're going to build a stronger marriage. Communication is how you express your feelings, share your thoughts, your emotion, resolve issues, and build intimacy, create great love. All of this happens because of effective communication, good communication, right? And good communication also is a part of the development process of a good person, good character. Yes, it really is a part of that. And you and I know that it is not always easy to communicate. Communication is not a skill that we're born with. It's a learned behavior. It's a learned skill. Right? And so here are some of the common communication mistakes that couples make in their marriage and how to avoid them and build a stronger marriage. Number 1, not listening attentively or not listening actively, right? This is a big problem in relationships today. Couples love to hear themselves talk. You want to hear yourself. Sometimes your spouse is talking to you about a problem and instead of you listening to them, you just kind of divert from hearing what they're saying and now you're talking about your problem. Have you ever called a friend to discuss some issues with them and by the time you start talking, they turn the whole situation around and talk about their problems? You do that to your spouse too. It's amazing how we show little interest in listening to what our spouse have to say. In James chapter 1 and verse 19, it says, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." Man, listen, God give us 2 ears and he give us 1 mouth. We're supposed to listen twice as much as we speak. Many couples make the mistake of not listening actively or attentively to their partners. They may be present, but they're not there. They may be present, but mentally and emotionally, they're not engaged in the conversation. They're not leaning in. You are there, but you're somewhere else. Or you are there and you are yet everywhere. This can lead to misunderstanding. It can lead to hurtful feelings and just feel rejected. And to avoid this mistake, you've got to listen attentively. You have to pay attention to your spouse. This means asking questions and paraphrasing to ensure that you understand your spouse's perspective. And put away the stupid phone. Put it away. Turn off the TV. Stop playing the video game. And give them the respect and the undivided attention that they so desire and long for. Number 2, using criticism instead of complaint. See, criticism is one of the easiest ways to destroy your marriage. It absolutely is. As a matter of fact, you are definitely going to have an argument anytime you use criticism in your conversation. Nobody wants to be criticized. And even if they deserve it, they still don't want to be criticized. Because criticism is an act of making judgment. It is an attack on your spouse's character, on their personality. That's what you're doing. In Matthew chapter 7, verse 1 and 2, it says, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the same measure you use, it will be measured to you." The same measure, my friend, it will be measured back to you. Criticism focuses on the person's character and can be painful. It can be hurtful. It can be devastating. It can make them feel so belittled and feel so unappreciated. For example, you use words such as, "You never spend time with me. I can never count on you for anything. You always make me feel this way. You never show me love." Seriously? Do they never? Do they always? That's not a fair assessment. Are you telling me that you're in a marriage with a man that never loved you, with a wife that never appreciates? No. These are words that you're using that create criticism, and criticism is an attack. And when a spouse feels attacked, they're going to attack back. These are attacks on your spouse's character. Constructive feedback or complaint, on the other hand, focus on the behavior and offer suggestions for improvements. That's where the focus need to be. That's where you find better solution. And to avoid this mistake, try to frame your feedback or frame your complaint in a positive way. For example, you can say things such as, "You know, honey, I've always appreciated you. And I appreciate it better if you would spend quality time with me. You know how much I love to spend time with you. It feels better when you do it this way." Or, "Things make me feel good when you do it that way." See the difference? You're not spitting fire, attacking their personality and attacking their character. You are putting the focus on the problem. You got to practice that in your marriage. The Bible says, "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger." You want to get your spouse angry? You start saying stuff that is not true or saying stuff that is hurtful. You are bound to, get into trouble. So focus on the problem. Focus on finding solution. Focus on framing your complaint in a way that doesn't attack the person's character. And my friend, if this video is adding some value to you, then do us a favor and hit that like button. It is absolutely the best way that you can show your appreciation for this channel. Number 3, stonewalling. Stonewalling is when one partner shut down and stopped communicating during an argument or, discussion. And here are some of the signs that stonewalling is happening to you. This is what it looks like, right? You and your spouse is having a conversation or you're having a disagreement and they walk out in the middle of the conversation without warning or without any explanation. That's stonewalling. They refuse to talk to you about a problem or about an issue that you need solution for. Without any reason, they don't want to talk about it. That's stonewalling. They dismiss your concerns. That's stonewalling. Yeah, what they're doing is avoiding dealing with the problem. In Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 21, it tells us to submit one to another out of reverence for Christ. So even if you don't agree with your spouse, you don't agree with what they're saying, that does not give you the right to dismiss them during a conflict or during a disagreement. God wants us to respect our spouse. God wants us to submit to each other out of reverence to Him. See, you are in a marital relationship with Christ. And if you show Him respect, then you too must show your bride, show your husband respect. Stonewalling can frustrate the other partner and make the situation worse. To avoid this, try to stay engaged in the conversation and take a break if you need to take a break. If you feel like the conversation is not going right or it's not the right time, tell your spouse, "Honey, can we continue this later?" If you are tired and you're not in the right mental state to have a conversation, tell your spouse. This is where communication comes in. Guys, I want you to hear me, man. This is where telling and explaining yourself is important. Maybe you need to go for a walk. Maybe you need to listen to some positive music. Maybe you need to revisit the conversation later. But right now, you just need time to clear your mind, clear your headspace, just clear your thoughts. You need that. Very important, my friends. Number 4, ignoring nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication can be just as important as verbal communication. Ignoring your partner's nonverbal cue can lead to misunderstanding. It can lead to them thinking that you are ignoring them. You have to pay attention. Let's say you say to your spouse, honey, how are you feeling? How was your day? And they say, well, it was okay. They deep breathe, they roll their eyes, they walk away from you, they're not giving you eye contact. It is a sign that something is not right. It is important for you as a spouse to begin to read these signs, and you got to go beyond what your spouse is saying. You got to go deeper, because a lot of times what they tell you and what they're really feeling are two different things. And a lot of times they're not going to just openly say, hey, this is what's happening. Sometimes they don't want to bother you. Sometimes they feel like you don't have the time to talk to them. Sometimes they feel like they don't want to pressure you with their issue. They want to deal with it on their own. There are times when they want to talk to you, but they don't know how to approach you. So you have got to be sensitive. You got to pay attention. The eyes is the window to their soul. And if they're not looking at you when they're speaking to you, that means they're guarded. Great husband, great spouse, great wives will understand how to pay attention to the non-verbal communication. It is said that actions speak louder than words. You don't have to hear it. You can see it. And you can make an assessment of it and help them with what they're going through. Number 5, make an assumption. This is a big mistake that couples make in their marriage. Never assume anything. Oh, listen what I'm saying. Never assume anything. If you don't have the facts, ask for it. If your spouse says something that you don't understand, instead of taking it the wrong way, ask for clarity. You might assume the wrong thing and respond in a way that causes more pain, causes more hurt, and causes more problems. In Matthew chapter 7 and verse 1, it says, judge not that you be not judged. So don't judge. Listen. Pay attention. Be inquisitive. Engage your spouse to tell you more. In Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 8, it says, do not hastily bring into court, for what will you do in the end when your neighbor put you to shame? You know what? Let me tell you, some of you guys have been put to shame. I have been put to shame, where I say something to my wife that I shouldn't have said, or I assume something, and then it turned out that what I thought and what really happened is two different things. Two different things. Sometimes we assume things and make a fool of ourselves, when all you needed to do was to ask for more information. Many couples make the mistakes of assuming things without checking in first to find out what's really going on. That's bad. I have done it, and I know you are guilty of that too. Oh, that's no good. So what can you do about this? Avoid this mistake by asking your partners for clarity. Ask them to clarify their thoughts and their feelings. And don't assume anything. Just don't. When you are a good communicator, you don't assume. You engage. You dig for more information. You ask for more clarity. And when you do that, make your spouse feel like you care about them. You actually create an environment where they feel like they can communicate with you. They can talk to you freely. They don't have to keep their guard up. They can be free to explain and express themselves. And so, my friends, thank you for watching. May God continue to bless you. If this video adds some value to you, I would like you to give this video a like. If you have not subscribed to our channel, obviously you're here, which means that you like what you're getting. All right, make it official. Be a part of this community. Be a part of this channel. Thank you so much. May God bless you. And remember that your marriage is not easily broken.